Well, we are moments away from what many call a dream match, from what many call a generational matchup of two high flyers that have revolutionized their genre.
Absolutely, two of the greatest young competitors here in in Lucha Libre today.
Buenas noches, Arena Ciudad de México. ¿Cómo está toda esa bandita color caguama que vino a la Triplemania? Yo soy Lalo Elizarrarás y para mí es un placer presentarles a uno de los mejores luchadores del planeta, llegando a esta Triplemania 30 con un peso de 82 kilogramos. Él es la mitad de la mejor pareja de lucha libre que hay en el universo. Nuestro campeón peso crucero, nuestro campeón latinoamericano de AAA y nuestro campeón de tríos de All Elite Wrestling. Un verdadero orgullo del barrio. El hombre que de niño vendía máscaras de sus ídolos afuera de las arenas. Hoy es un ídolo y sus máscaras son las más vendidas alrededor del mundo. Directamente de Catepec de Morelos, Estado de México. Él es Fenix. ¡Tenemos cero!
Well, you see the pomp and circumstance of the introduction of a man who is indeed 1/3 of the AEW World Trios Champions, but maybe more importantly, somebody who has also the AAA, Cruiserweight, and Latin American champion, won those championships in that memorable five-way matchup, Laredo Kid, Toros Bandito, and Vikingo. In that matchup, Vikingo wasn't defeated, but that match ended, Larry, as you'll recall, with Fenix and Vikingo in each other's faces, holding up their respective titles as if to say, I am the dominant flyer in AAA, not you.
Absolutely. This match has been building for months. There was a poll out there asking the fans who they wanted to get the title shot against Vikingo. And obviously you see Fenix in that ring right now. Fenix,
Larry, Ray Fenix has said, quote, Vikingo is very good. He's spectacular, but he's not Ray Fenix. And there's something to be said. No one else is Ray Fenix, honestly. In AAA since the age of 21, been wrestling since a young teenager, held the Mega Championship for a year when he defeated Jeff Jarrett, Rich Swann, Brian Cage, 420 days in total. And if Fenix wins this match tonight, Larry, he'll be the first luchador to hold the Latin American, Cruiserweight, and Mega Championships since Johnny Caballero did it in 2017.
He was a part of my match. I mean, my absolute favorite match I've seen this year, maybe in years, back in Tijuana. Just an absolutely spectacular year for Fenix. Anytime he's in the ring, you gotta watch it. This matchup right here is what you tune in for. It is a broadcaster's match. You know, if you're a fan of pro wrestling, these two are two of the best in the world. They're gonna leave it all on the line here tonight. As here comes Mr. Number 8 in the world in the PWI 500.
Larry, this ruined since defeated by the Young Bucks in Monterey. Tension there that has escalated to a full-on battle for the top spot.
Just see the entrance of a man who many call the future of AAA, the future of Lucha Libre, but he proves week in, week out that he is the present. One of the most spectacular flyers you will see in this business. A man who's soon probably going to be known internationally, traveling internationally, doing this great sport we call Lucha Libre.
Best ever Mega champion, won it at only 25 now, has reigned as champion since this past December. And you talk about Vikingo being a major force. December 3rd, AAA in Tempe, Arizona, the Mall Arena, the home of the Arizona Coyotes. Lucha Libre US, Lucha Libre AAA.com, excuse me. Hijo, Laredo Kid among the expected to be there. Vikingo, it's not if he becomes a worldwide phenomenon, it's when. Vikingo pride Larry in the fact that he has to travel to build up his will. I believe tensions, quote, not been to AEW, but I'm AAA Mega Champion, and that's what matters now.
Joe, absolutely. I mean, Vikingo's at the top of the sport. You know, everyone has a goal when they get into this business. Maybe you want to go to Japan. Maybe you want to go to Mexico. Maybe you want to go to one of the major American promotions. Some people just want to stay on the independents. Vikingo grew up a AAA fan. He's a fan of Lucha Libre. This is where he wants to be. He's at the top of his game, and he is number 8 in the world according to Pro Wrestling Illustrated. I think the highest a luchador's ever been in that ranking. And you see here, this is what I always tell you, man. You know it's a big matchup when the guys are standing there holding the belt, posing for a picture. See the legends out there.
Well, this is for quite a time. Is Vikingo ready to ascend?
Vikingo as good as anybody in the business. Fenix as good as anybody in the business. This is what I'm telling you right now. This is what you call a wrestler's wrestling matchup. Two of the best. Not to leave it all on the line. The final Triplemania of the year, 2022. Blowing that horn. Vikingo having a year where he really came on nationally, internationally onto the scene here. Sometimes other people's losses, circumstances allow you opportunities. He's come out and he's done such a fantastic job. He's a great ambassador of this company. Here we go. Good luck calling this one.
Larry, you ready?
Oh, thank God you're back.
High-octane adrenaline-fueled action and respect is the name of the game with Rey Fenix and Hijo de Vikingo. Vikingo defeating a laundry list of athletes. Bandito, Bobby Fish, Jay Lethal, Samurai Del Sol to win that championship. An impressive list as it stands.
Absolutely. Vikingo, look at that. The athleticism right away on display. I mean, these guys are just so quick. The things they can do with their body. Rolls them up, Joe. La Magistral.
Yeah, series of pin attempts in the early going. Who's going to catch the other off guard? That's the question here. As Fenix trapping the shoulders of Vikingo, trying to stack him up, but both men are so quick. This will be a rapid-fire matchup. It's going to be very reactionary. There's not going to be a chance to set a methodical pace and think ahead. You just have to see what is flying at your face and respond with whatever you can.
This isn't going to be a cat-and-mouse game. It's going to be like monkey see, monkey do. I mean, these guys are going to be flying all over the place.
Larry, think about the history of AAA, the men that helped build this brand. Certainly we spoke about Conan, but Rey Mysterio Jr., who we heard about earlier, Psychosis, La Parca, Juventud Guerrera, Eddie Guerrero, all of these men that have ascended to the top of that mantle as a pillar of AAA, as a face of AAA, as a face of Lucha Libre to international audiences. Right now, Rey Fenix and his brother are that to so many young fans across the world. Vikingo wants that spot, and he doesn't want to wait for it.
I don't blame him. You shouldn't wait for it, man. Life is not promised to you. We've learned that over the past couple of years, especially. You have an opportunity, you take it right then and there, and you apologize to nobody. Vikingo right now, yes, he's a big star in Mexico. Yes, he's number 8 in the world according to PWI. Yes, he's getting all the accolades and attention now that a man of his prestige deserves. But for a long time, he sat here carrying this brand while Fenix is getting all the international bookings. While Fenix is traveling the world, Vikingo wants to prove that he's the guy.
Well, and Vikingo loves to be the face of the franchise, of AAA. And it's high-risk maneuvers that get him there, and an incredible attempt at an adjustment as these men continue to try to one-up one another.
The body control that man has to be able to do the things he does as quickly as he does.
Yeah. But Ray Fenix has said, you may be the next Ray Fenix, but wait a minute. I'm still here. I haven't even hit my prime yet. I'm only 31 years old. Wait in line. And there you see the springboard, the Hurricane Rana from way up high, but Fenix cannot put Vikingo away. And I got to mention, too, Larry, great to see veteran referee Marty Elias with the call of a matchup with this kind of prestige.
Marty Elias, when we talked to him in Tijuana, he said it was so great to be back here doing matches like this. He was the referee of that five-way.
Yes, sir. You saw a few moments ago Artez at ringside in the corner of Ray Fenix. Fenix, of course, and his brother Antaya, the reasons that Artez split from Los Vipers some months ago. And you got to believe Artez is here for moral support and not much else as Vikingo. Incredible weight control, incredible body control as he navigates a counter. Fenix responds in kind.
Vikingo, let's see what he does here, Joe. He's hitting the ropes. Okay. Oh, Fenix caught him with that DDT, though.
Yeah, Fenix kept his balance initially and drilled Vikingo. Again, the reinforced ring frame that has absolutely no give to it. It was a game of can you top this and one-upsmanship for a moment. I don't know if there's anybody in the world that can outfly Fenix, anybody in the world that can outfly Vikingo, but if there's one guy with a shot, it's those respective men's opponent right now.
These two, it's going to be interesting. I heard a story the other day where NASA shot a rocket or a satellite into the space to hit a meteor. They had to hit it the exact same time and calculate that. You got two flyers like this. You got to have to know where one's moving at all times. It's going to be very interesting as this match goes on to see who can keep the speed, who can keep the pace on going. Which one of these guys are going to knock the other one off course?
With that, Larry, you keep in mind the first major shot fired away, as you see, I believe that is the father of Hijo de Vikingo, which is naturally El Vikingo, supporting his son here in battle as well. But the first major shot was levied against Fenix with that DDT. That could be a potential game changer.
Absolutely. You take out someone's spine, you take out their neck, you take out their body. You take out their body, that means they can't jump as high, it means they can't fly as quick, they might lose their coordination.
Yeah, it's so much of Fenix's offense, and Vikingo's as well. If you're an inch off, it could be catastrophe. They make it easy, but it most assuredly is not.
Small package.
Could this be it? That was such a tightly hooked in small package. Very well done by Vikingo. Textbook, but maybe a little bit too early to put away Fenix, who came back with an explosive clothesline. Man, you can see the scope of the crowd here in Mexico City as they are in awe of what they are seeing. Imagine the pressure, Larry, of having your father ringside watching you, the biggest fight of your life.
Absolutely, your father out there just adds pressure to it.
Well, Vikingo got an ear fall a moment ago. He quickened the pace and with some high-impact offense, had an opportunity to score big. It was Vikingo's first big chance to put him away. And you have to wonder, Larry, so often the competitive juices get flowing, the heat of the moment comes in, and things get personal. Vikingo, incredible balance.
I don't even know how you have the guts to pull a move like that off in a championship match like this. The unbelievable balance on display there by Vikingo.
An inverted somersault senton. Vikingo not only can pull out maneuvers that no one else can do, but from a direction and trajectory that no one else can do. This man is so special.
Dropping off the top of the ring post right onto the second rope to be able to pull that off is unbelievable body control. I said about it earlier. It's unbelievable what these athletes can do in this ring.
And we talked about the personal stakes of this matchup. Fenix, I believe the mask has been severely compromised, courtesy of Vikingo ripping away at it. And we know that is a major insult in lucha culture. It's among the most offensive things you can do. And Fenix, a moment ago, spiked on the outside. Vikingo the Poison Rana, and another major fall on the head for Rey Fenix.
That Poison Rana right on that concrete floor here in Mexico City. Oh, that mask is absolutely ripped up there, Joe. I just caught that myself.
Well, Rey Fenix, the more shots to the head, you think about equilibrium, you think about reactionary timing, and Vikingo, is Fenix bleeding?
Shooting star to the outside.
Vikingo not letting up. Fenix, a bloody mess, a ripped mask, and a potentially broken body. But Vikingo may have taken the air out of himself as well. This is the Mega Championship matchup here at AAA's Triplemania 30. Two once-in-a-generation athletes, a bloody Rey Fenix right now in the eyes of many, the standard bearer, the benchmark, the gatekeeper when it comes to high-flying wrestling, and young 25-year-old Hijo de Vikingo, AAA Mega Champion, trying to usurp that status.
That beautiful 450 there. I mean, the way he uses the ropes as like an offensive, like almost as like it's a partner, it's like it's part of his body that he can use it for his offense is like nothing I've ever seen a wrestler come out here and do, a luchador come out here and do. And he's going against Fenix, who's about just as good at doing that himself.
And Fenix is finding a way to fight back, finding a way to get movement. Fenix, that incredible balance, that incredible leverage, keeps him in the fight, but finds himself prone.
I forgot to even mention that Vikingo has the white costume on, baby. That's the big match gear. Spiked on that ramp with that cutter.
Back and forth offense. That was a very big score for Rey Fenix. A desperation score. And you talk about the stakes. We talked about it at the start of the matchup with the legendary luchadors that are on hand, with the athletes that are watching at home across the world. El Fantasma that was in there with the photo op with Fenix and Vikingo. This is a matchup that all of Lucha Libre is celebrating. All of Lucha Libre is proud of. It's the evolution of this sport and this art that has taken it to such a cultural phenomenon in 2022.
Vikingo swings him around there, drops him with that Uranagi.
Yeah. That's great recovery by Vikingo. And this is maybe not the style of matchup at this point, Larry, that we expected going in. You thought there'd be dazzling offense, breathtaking, scintillating execution, but it's been more brutal than anything.
It looks like it's gotten a little bit more personal than we thought it was going to going in.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to, again, when you're in the heat of the moment and pride is on the line and you want to win this thing more than life itself, maybe you'll do things that you wouldn't under normal circumstances because you have to.
If you're Fenix, think about it, right? You have 2 championships, 3 championships if you count, the AEW Trios titles. Vikingo's getting more, is ranked higher. He's getting a little bit more notoriety and press in Mexico. That's going to piss you off, man. You're going to come out here and want to prove something to people that you've been doing this for longer at a higher level in more places.
Well, Fenix has been that guy for the past 5+ years, I would estimate, maybe longer. And he wants to be for many, many years to come. And you see the agility of Fenix compromised as Vikingo. Onto the cover.
The 2 count.
Man, yeah. These fans are watching on with concern. It is high risk at a moment's notice. But Vikingo, Larry, I think at 5'6", 170 pounds, people underestimate how powerful and strong Vikingo is, which we've seen. Fenix keeps rallying back. He got all of that stomp. The air rushed out of Vikingo. But so many times in this matchup, Vikingo has been able to thwart Fenix's offense.
You're not able to do the things these guys do with their bodies as far as movement and stuff like that without unbelievable core strength and control. That makes you so powerful, it's unbelievable.
Almost an inverted Spanish fly by Rey Fenix. Vikingo, a desperate look in his eye a moment ago, but he was still able to kick out and stay in the fight.
What a performance here. Gutsy performance from both men. Fenix bleeding, his mask all ripped up. Been dropped on his head a couple of times.
And on a night when his brother's mask is at stake, a very odd bit of potential foreshadowing, but that movement a moment ago, that reverse splash by Fenix, man, it did some serious damage, but you see the wherewithal and the stamina, the resiliency of Vikingo still in the fight.
Almost a 3 count there as he turned around and countered that power bomb.
Yeah, when we talked about the power, it was the leg strength that time, Larry. The leg strength of Vikingo, able to snap Fenix over and take him out of the moment after attempting that power bomb.
Oh, here comes something special, guys. If you haven't seen Vikingo before, there's a reason why he's number 8 in the world.
Yeah, if this is your first introduction, enjoy what Vikingo brings to the table. That spring in did so much damage, but Rey Fenix still clings to life, rising like a proverbial phoenix from the ashes. What a fight. And Vikingo has Fenix in position. We could see that inverted 450. We could see the 630 splash.
Beautiful 630 Dombrowski.
Has Vikingo done this?
I cannot believe he kicked out of that right there. Neither can that woman in the crowd.
These fans, many of them are standing, many of them are in disbelief at the fight and the effort we are seeing. But whoever wins this will go down in the annals of AAA history as the supreme flyer of this day. This will be a match we talk about, much as we've referenced several past Triplemanias tonight, Larry. We, or whomever are in these chairs, 10, 20, 30 years from now, will talk about this.
Fenix out in the crowd. Oh, something's going to happen here.
Well, Rey Fenix can make the most of any surrounding. No question about that.
They both stand on top of the guard. I've never seen that in my entire life.
And it was Fenix who cut Vikingo off with a pass. That's that reactionary skill you need in a high-octane match like this. And Fenix with a little other message of another sort to Vikingo a moment ago. But this, in a situation, you have to have pinpoint precision. And Fenix did on that guardrail.
Oh, these two are getting personal. It's getting chippy out here. Oh, beautiful guillotine leg drop with Vikingo draped over that guardrail, Dombrowski.
Vikingo had nowhere to go. He was in a bad, bad way. And the way he landed looked to be around the head and the neck. That did no favors to Vikingo.
Oh, that's going to tear your inner organs up when you land like that. Oh, but what's he going for? Knees him in the head. Fenix driver.
Oh, Fenix connected. But man,
unbelievable. Vikingo kicked out of that, Joe.
He did not get enough. It looked like he had all of it. But Vikingo once more.
But the momentum's
finds a way to stay in the fight.
The momentum's absolutely his favor. Got him up again, going for it again. Drilled him on his head, Joe. That's got to be it. 1, 2. You have got to be kidding me.
Well, if anybody had any doubt that Vikingo is the man in AAA and the future of Lucha Libre, you're being silenced right here tonight in Mexico City. But the question still remains, Larry, is Vikingo undisputedly the present of Lucha Libre? Fenix still has doubts about that fact. But, man, you can't keep the Mega Champion down.
He got drilled right on his neck. Fenix climbing up here.
Any distance Fenix could clear under normal circumstances, but he's been compromised, and with how much time it took him to get up, Vikingo could pounce.
These two are warriors. Oh, it's about to get
this will not end good for somebody.
Gonna get dangerous here in Mexico City, Joe.
As if it hasn't been all along.
Ow!
God!
I don't even know what to call that!
Vikingo, a super poison Rana. But Fenix had no control over his landing.
Vikingo's holding his tailbone. He's hurt.
Yeah, maybe the tailbone, maybe the hip. And I think that may have been what helped Fenix there. Vikingo couldn't seamlessly move into the cover. He struggled, he crawled, he inched, and that gave Fenix precious few seconds to stay alive.
I think Fenix's knees landed right on that lower spine, but it's not stopping him right now. He's getting up somehow. Oh, he's favoring that tailbone.
Well, when you take a high risk like that, Larry, nobody comes out fully unscathed. Vikingo knows that as well as anybody.
So here he's going for it. Unbelievable, that inverted 450 in the 3 count, Joe. You want to talk about your House of Dragons? Here in AAA, it's the House of the Viking, Hijo del Vikingo with the big victory.
Vikingo
rallying from behind.
Had done so much to soften up Fenix, took so much out of him, but Fenix kept finding a way to rise up and come back. But that inverted 450-degree splash was the final nail in the coffin of this war between two proud high flyers that have proudly worn the banner of AAA. As you see both Fenix and Vikingo being attended to, that match took so much out of these men's beings. They are physically spent, emotionally spent, but they put everything on the line for a battle that will be remembered for the ages as two men that have taken this genre literally and figuratively to heights never seen before.
He might have dislocated that hip or really hurt that tailbone or lower back. I mean, he is in all sorts of pain.
El Fantasma with the presentation of the Mega Championship. Vikingo is weak, he can barely stand, but he is a proud fighter and survivor. And listen, Larry, make no mistake about this, Rey Fenix has a long, storied career ahead of him. This is no disrespect to Fenix, but that man, Vikingo, has proven he's on anybody's level, has proven he is ready for not just the main events of AAA, but the bright lights of any city in this world. Rey Fenix is a cross-platform, mainstream Lucha Libre superstar, and Vikingo just proved at 25 years of age, that young man is on the level of the soon-to-be legendary Rey Fenix.
And he did it. You know, he got hurt there. That shows you what adrenaline can do for you. Unbelievable performance. He could barely stay. He has to go down to one knee there, man. That's going to be a story to watch develop here. He is in all sorts of pain, but tonight he's a champion again.
A showing of respect of the utmost degree from both these luchadors in this tonight, their very first one-on-one meeting ever.
As great as that was, Joe, this isn't it. We still got one more, baby, the big one. And I wonder if this is a bad omen for the Lucha Bros.
It could be. That's not the result that Penta wanted to see in that particular environment. And I feel like that matchup will not end much as this. I'm not sure if that's Fenix's blood on Vikingo or his own. But, man, how do you not respect and love Lucha Libre after that particular matchup? That's everything that's made AAA so fun for you and I, Larry, to call this whole year.
It's been an absolute blast calling this action all year. I mean, these guys are as good as anybody. I don't know how Vikingo's standing right now.
Pride, resiliency, knowing that this moment will stand the test of time. That's what wills on Vikingo, and that's the mark of a champion, doing things that maybe you never knew you were capable of. And there you see the respect for Maurice De La Pena, owner of AAA.
Right there.
Yeah. Vikingo shows so much respect to those, whether it be the locker room, the front office, the fans. Vikingo realizes he's living out a dream, and it's his honor to represent a company as storied and prestigious as AAA in this way. And he doesn't wake up and, another day at the office or go through the motions. It is never lost on Vikingo how special this moment is and how special this position is in. And Vikingo earned every step of the opportunity to stand tall this moment in time.
Absolutely, as good as advertised. That was the match you dreamt of. You came into this show looking for this matchup. But boy, do we got one good one left for you. The finals. I'll let the video speak for itself.